Okay, now I think I will explain to you some of the terminologies in research. Some words we frequently use, and we should have, what it means, we should know. So the first one is variable. What is variable? Anything that keeps on changing, which is not constant, is called as variable. If you take in research, we always talk about their income and the demographic details. When we collect details of their age and income. Every time, every year our age increases, and every time our income also increases. That is called as variable. Next is attribute. What do you mean by attribute? It is the quality or character of the person or a thing about whom we are doing the research. We can study about his height and weight, whether obesity is there or not. We can discuss something about that. Validity. What is validity? It explains the soundness of the research. If I am doing a study on a depression level of employees, then in that case I have to closely observe and then really find out for what reason he is depressed, and then come out with a solution for that. And next is reliability. Reliability means consistency. My result should be consistent. There should not be lot of variations in my research. So that I have to check and see that I am not committing that error in my research. Next, hypothesis. What is hypothesis? It is a prediction of trying to find a relationship between two or more variables. So maybe I am doing a study on how the children nowadays, they are crazy after junk food. Because of that, obesity increases or not. I can make a study. So for that I will have a hypothesis. Next is delimitation. What is delimitation? I should know my limitations when doing the research. If I am making a study about a particular topic, I should constrain myself to that particular topic and should not go beyond that limit. And for example, I am studying about the temporary employee problems of employees working in Ford company. I should study only about the temporary. I should not bother about like a permanent employees. So this is what we'll be using. These are the terminologies what you should be aware of. So first, as I told you, we should know what is meant by variable. Variable is anything that keeps on changing, that keeps on varying, is called as variable. Income varies, age varies, it is always changing as years roll down, and that is what we call it as variable. Attribute means they should study about my character. Something they are studying about me, and they want to know whether my height and weight is proportionate, so that then they will take my height, they will take the height of the people. And about the religion, something they are studying, to which religion I belong to, am I a Hindu or a Christian or a Jain or a Muslim. All that religion will be listing it down, and then we will try to see that that is what we call it as attribute about your character we are studying regarding my article. And then next is called as validity. Validity means, as I already told you, it tells the soundness of my article. Okay, so I should clearly do observation and come out with a real solution for the problem, life problem. For example, some of the level of employees of some company might not be good. They might be in a very depression level. There might be various reasons for the depression. So for this, I have to do close observation of the employees. I must observe them, why there is change for them. Is there any personal problem, or they have any problem in the industry, or maybe like if they are having any problem like related to the eating habit might change, or the sleeping habit might change. So much observation I have to do, and then only my solution will be valid. And next is reliability. Reliability means my result should be consistent all through. Now I am writing about TCS. I say that this company is too good, and like employees, they have job security, something like I write in the beginning, and then in somewhere in the I am writing, no, there is no job security at all. They are quitting the employee. They are a lot of turnover is there. If I write something like that, that will not be good. So consistency should be there when I write something. For instance, I am going and placing order for Activa. Two-wheeler with the Honda company, and they say that it will give 40 liters per 40 kilometers per liter. So I will consistently check whether it is really 40 kilometers is it giving for 1 liter or not. Okay, so that consistency is there, means then it is reliable. That is called as reliability. Next is hypothesis. This is only a prediction. Okay, we predict that there will be some relationship between the two and try to find out whether there is relationship or not. That prediction is called as hypothesis. And as you know that now children are eating junk food, and because of eating that junk food, whether obesity increases. If I want to make a study, then I will frame a hypothesis saying that there is no association between this, and then I will say in the alternate there is association between the two, and come out with a solution whether that is true or not. Then delimitation, I already told you, I should limit myself within that boundary of my study. So if I am studying about temporary employees, I should study only about I should not collect data anything from permanent employees, nothing of that sort. That is called as we call it as delimitation. All these we have to keep in mind when telling about terminologies. So next, I think I thought I will tell you something about variables, which is also very, very important. So all these we have already discussed about the different type of terms we are using. Now we will go for variables. Okay. So when I am going to make a study, I should be very clear about what type of variable and all I have to place in the questionnaire. So now let us study one new product is to be launched by Tata company. So even they are going to launch a new product, so they will make a survey. Okay. So here dichotomous variable means where we will study about only two values. Okay. So I will go to the male as well as to the female, and I will ask them whether they, for example, let us assume they are going to launch a new four-wheeler, electrical four-wheeler. Okay. So making use of electricity, the car will run. So in that case, I will collect information both from male as well as from the female, or I will ask a question whether they will like yes or no, they will say. That is called as dichotomous variables. Discrete variable means take finite number of variable. For example, I will go to the family. If depending upon the family size, they will prefer a particular car. So I will ask those families like whether they will prefer or not. So that is called as discrete variable. Continuous variable means we take the infinite value. So we are taking into account here the age and income. So based on income only, they will be in a position to buy the car. So that income group also I will take now between 25 to 30, 31 to 40, like that, I will take, and then I will make a study and find out. Then comes a dependent variable. Dependent variable is affected by the independent variable. This is about the sale what I will be studying. Then comes independent variable. Here I will study the variable which is influencing the sale. Price obviously is influencing. I will study what is the price I am going to fix. Then comes moderating variable, where this is influencing the strength of relationship. Okay, between the independent variable and dependent variable. Advertisement, I can that is also influencing. So we will study about the advertisement there. Last one is called as intervening variable, which is caused by the independent variable, and we will study here about the income. Okay. So these variables, we will be listing down when framing the questionnaire. So all these variables we should keep in mind when framing the questionnaire. So as I told you, if I am they are going to launch Tata is going to launch a new four-wheeler run by electricity, then these are all the questions I will be asking. I will go and ask male and female whether or I will ask them whether they will buy if my going to launch this electricity car. They will say yes or no. So that comes under dichotomous variable. And then I will go and ask family as a family whether they will prefer this car because like depending upon the number of family members, they will say yes or no. So I have to take that family size, I have to take into account. That is called as discrete variable. Then comes continuous variable. Continuous variable means I should definitely take income. Okay. So this will because depending upon the income only, they will be in a position to buy my car. Okay. So that income is called as a continuous variable. I will give categorical variables like 25,000 to 30,000, 31,000 to 35,000, 6,000 to 40,000, 41,000, like that. I will be giving that. That is called as continuous variable. Then comes dependent variable. What is my dependent variable here? Sale. Ultimately, the Tata, they want to sell the car. So that sales, how much sales I can expect, maybe 10,000 cars or 20,000 cars in a year. That is called as a dependent variable. And what is an independent variable? That is a price which I am fixing. The influencing variable, influencing factor which is affecting the dependent variable. So price. So my price should be competitive, and it should be like I have to fix the price in such a way that people are affordable to buy my car. So ultimately price is considered as as an independent variable. Price alone does not affect the sale. Ultimately, there are some other variables also is influencing the sales, that is called as advertisement. People should be aware of my car, right? So that is called as moderating variable. And the last one I call it as intervening variable, where I will be studying about how much income they are earning, and whether they will be in a position to buy or not. So that is called as intervening variable. So all these variables we have to keep in mind, especially when framing the questionnaire. Now next we are going to study about analysis of data. So I think analysis of data we will study in the next PowerPoint, and please wait till then. Thank you for your patience listening.